So the race is finished, busy in the boat park as you can see, everybody's packing up, another Sunday's come and gone, long time for the JJ Giltman, but in the boat park I managed to find Derek Clark. He's an America's Cup designer of old, World Championship sailor, coach to many an Olympic medalist, and wearing the Team GB hat as well, Derek. Now, Derek, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're down here. You've just been watching that race. We've been saying on film that it was kind of odd because there was an awful lot of chaos. I know that the buoy system you've mentioned to me is a little bit hard to follow, but why was there so many good boats, 7 for example behind us, finding today a real problem?
Well, that 7 had a specific problem when they did a jibe drop at the first leeward mark. They got spinnaker halyard around the back of the sail, so they tried to free it off, and every time they tried it 2 or 3 times. In the end, the only solution to getting it down was to actually capsize, and that just took them out of the race.
But there were other boats too, weren't there? They were having problems.
I mean, we saw some pretty strange, as you said earlier, some pretty strange manoeuvres going on. I think it's just it's so easy to stand on a boat and say, well, they shouldn't be doing that, shouldn't be doing this. But clearly there were some big pressure changes with direction as well, and you're just getting people caught out in that low speed in an attack, coming out of attack and suddenly getting hit by a big helicopter puff almost, which just knocked them flat.
And early season, did you see that as a factor?
I think that's bound to be part of it, because I understand there are a number of restrictions about how much you can practice and when you can go out before the start and things like that. If I was 49er coaching or Tornado coaching, we'd be out there an hour before the start, checking it out. But there's restrictions here which make to sort of keep costs down and keep the sort of, if you like, the level of the poker game that you're playing down to a reasonable, accessible level. And I understand that. So that kind of play is difficult when you've just spent maybe 20 minutes, whereas normally you spend, as I said, about an hour. So your advice as a coach would be for all these guys to get out on the water for every second they could? Oh, absolutely. We all know that performance is in direct proportion to how much we practice. That's true almost in any part of life, isn't it? The more you practice, the better you get. Faster you get. Yeah, for sure. And the luckier you get. That's for sure. Now, Derek, like all superstars who do an interview, they usually have a book to plug. You don't have a book to plug, but you've designed, I hear, you have got a new design in the works. You're known for some dinghy design work. Can you tell us what it is that you've designed and when will it be available? Well, what we've designed is a boat that kind of bridges, there's a big gap we feel in the pre-29er sort of skiff type of boat. So sailors aiming to end up in this boat park one day? In here or in the Olympics. Now with the Olympics, you've got the 49 and the 49er FX. There's a lot of people who would like to be involved in that, or in the 18s, or in other trapeze boats. And one of the issues I think for kids is that we let them get to trapezing very late, quite late in life. And in the case of the 29er, you've probably got to be 13, 14, 15 before you go into it. So your boat is a pre-29er, but a high-performance, apparent wind trapeze boat? Yeah, it's got a Jenica, it's got everything that the 29er's got on it, jib track, self-tacking jib, play the main sheet off the boom, everything like that, but it's tiny. Fantastic. It's very, very similar to, it's if you like, a modern take of a flying out. Well, so we're going to, and roughly when will we see those in production? Hopefully middle of next year. Awesome. Well, I think the sailing needs it. If we want to see more sailors of this kind of calibre, these kind of boats, and hopefully your boat will help us. Yeah, and the boat's called Speeder. Speeder. Okay. Well, thanks, Derek, for your time. Good to get your views, and look forward to seeing you guys, the audience, back in next week. Thank you. Thank you.